roll with Clayton Powell-Lee. Questions, Chad?
You watch Cam Ward, Miami quarterback, on tape. What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, he's very gifted. I mean, he's playing some great ball. I got to give it to him. So, I mean, we just got to truthfully be at our best game. Like, they're one of the top offenses in the country, I'm pretty sure, in points per game, yards per game. So it's just, we don't really see it as anything else. We know it's going to be a challenge, but as long as we're on our all P's and Q's, I mean, it's going to be a good game. But, like, shout out to Cam Ward. He's playing some great ball.
You look at the new depth chart. I'm not sure if you guys look at it, but from the outside we look at it, we see some changes in the secondary, moving some personnel around. You got Omar back there now.
Yeah.
How did that, or do you know how that change came about? Or
I mean, us getting Omar back, I mean, it's obviously a big plus, and we're starting to get back healthy. So, like, we're starting to get those normal rotations back, and we're just trying to play the best ball that we can in the secondary because Cam Ward throws the ball a lot. So it's like we're going to have our rotation, going to have everybody on the keys, on the game plan to, limit those explosives and just ultimately play our best game.
Alex?
Talking about Cam Ward, he extends plays a lot and makes it hard on the secondary to kind of, stick with the receiver a little bit longer than usual. How much tougher is that? Kind of how much y'all going over the details on that this week?
We have been preaching, plastering when he, does his little magic thing, honestly. Like, it's crazy what he can do when he tries to extend plays. So we just been harping on just anytime you see him out the pocket, find the nearest guy, plaster onto him, and just make sure that he doesn't have those windows that he can just throw and make a huge play. So that's just been the biggest thing for us as a secondary.
Good. Chad?
Coach Key said that Virginia Tech game was one of the best games you guys have played as a defense in a while. What worked there, and what can you carry over to the next week?
I mean, just our preparation throughout the week. Like, we really focus in on our preparation because preparation during the week obviously equals to how you will play in the game. So, like, speaking on Virginia Tech, like, they were a good team, but, like, we just knew that, hey, as long as we do what we're supposed to do in practice, everything that will unfold in the game. And I really feel like we put it all together that day, and we was like real efficient in the conversion down and then regular down, and really just put it all together for once. And we finally see that, hey, you do what you're supposed to do each down and each play, good things can happen. So we just got to keep that going.
I imagine another thing you're stressing is trying to, they have some talented receivers, trying to limit the runs after the catches.
Yeah.
They're going to make catches naturally now and then, but you need to keep them from stretching that play.
Yeah, speaking of from last year, at least my experience from last year, they were very good after the catch, and that's when we had to just try to, okay, they're D1 athletes as well. Like, they're going to get those passes. They're going to catch some good catches. They have talent just as well as us. But just knowing that, hey, they catch it, get them down. Make them extend their drives to where they have to play to our intensity. And that's just, like, the biggest thing, like, hey, if they catch the ball, get them down. Just keep on playing. That's how we roll because we know when it comes to them long drives for our offense, we know we got to get into a second mindset and a second gear to get them off the field, and we just got to keep it going.
Alex?
The interception numbers have been a little lower than probably the secondary wants, obviously. I guess how motivated are y'all to finish strong these last three games to kind of put up some of those interception turnovers? Obviously a big deal.
Man, it's been real, like, it's so crazy how you can improve in so many areas and then, like, kind of, like, drop in so many areas as well. So it's like knowing that he passes the ball 30-plus times a game, we looking at it like, okay, it's going to be a lot of opportunities to get some hands on the ball and getting the opportunity for our offense. Like, that's the biggest thing for us is getting the ball back to our offense so they can start feasting and doing their thing. So, like, that's our biggest thing with getting our hands on the ball, getting those turnovers, because that's, like, the biggest thing. Like, you can do everything right, but turnovers do play a big factor in changing the momentum of a game.
Rod?
As a player and as a team, do you guys get hyped for a game against a nationally ranked team?
Of course. I mean, the past, I don't know how many national opponents we've played, it's like something just in us. Like, we know we're the underdog, but it's just like we don't see it as that. We know we're the underdog. We know outside looking in, Tech ain't got it, Tech ain't this, Tech ain't that, but we don't listen to that. We just keep our heads down and play because we know that we can play with anybody in the country, and that's what we try to display on the field every Saturday.
Alex?
I know coming out last Sunday, they announced the game time was noon. Probably, some guys wanted a little later game, I guess. Just talk about kind of creating your own energy for a noon game. I know you'll be at home and hopefully have a big student stadium, but, the difference between playing at noon or playing, not game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we was all bummed out, truthfully. Like, 12 p.m. game, but I mean, hey, it's still a big-time game. That doesn't change that doesn't make it more or less of opportunity than it already is. Like, we're playing a national team on national television. That's it. It shouldn't matter what time we play. We can play at midnight. It doesn't matter the time. Because we know we have to go out there, execute, play as a team, play all together, play as a family. And that's the biggest thing, no matter the time.
I imagine, you look at their third down completion rate, and it's pretty amazing. But as a player, I guess you just can't let up after those first two downs. If you make two good plays and say, "Hey, we're in good shape here," you can't let up because he's gonna, he's gonna do something.
He's like, it's just their conversion down on third down is just like I think it's like 60% above or something like that. And like this far in the season, a lot of teams are around like the 40, 50s. But then they have 60. It's like okay, they're real efficient when it comes to those conversion downs. But we are too, and like we gonna challenge them. We're going to make them make the tough catches, make them have those long runs or whatever the case may be because we're going to challenge them as an offense, like, no matter what.
Okay, anything else? Thank you, Clayton.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Thanks, sir.